Zeno, the king of all universes, is arguably the most mysterious character in the Dragon Ball Super world. So much so to the point where the Dragon Ball community often wonders about his conception into the series itself, his actual role in the universe, and a lot of other questions that just simply haven't been answered about this character. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this video. I'm going to discuss the 5 questions that we need to know about Zeno, give you my analysis and my discussion today. So let's get started. So the first question is Zeno really in charge? Now, I understand why this sounds like a silly question because clearly in terms of his authoritative position in the universe, he's clearly in charge based off of the way the angels, the Supreme Kais, and the gods of destruction all look up to him. But what I mean is Zeno really in charge on a technical basis in terms of how the universe is being run? And the reason why I bring this up is that in Dragon Ball Super, the Grand Priest was explaining to both Zenos and how all of the universes have twin universes in them. And considering the fact that it was said in Dragon Ball Super that Zeno destroyed 6 out of the 18 universes, he's clearly lacking knowledge when it comes to the way the universe actually works, and the way it seems is that the Grand Priest seems to be in control of everything in the universes. As for the Tournament of Power, the Grand Priest was the verbal representative of everything that Zeno pretty much wanted, and it seems like he actually carries the shots based off of how childish Zeno actually is. So in essence, it seems more like the Grand Priest is really in charge on a technical basis, and Zeno just has the actual position itself. And this takes me into my next question. What came before Zeno? And if you are of the belief that Zeno did not come before time itself, then that probably means that at some point in time, this little purple blue head football looking kid walked up to all of the gods of destruction, Supreme Kais, angels, and pretty much said, you know what, I feel like being in charge of all of you. And he demonstrated how strong he was. They were all terrified and bowed down to him. That's possible, but I think that is insanely hard to believe. Now, if we go with the assumption that Zeno existed before time itself, like a lot of other ways to try to depict these gods of universes, then that makes you wonder, if Zeno came before anything, that means that Zeno has complete control over the universe. And if Zeno has complete control over the universes, he shouldn't be this childlike, infantile acting character that literally has absolutely no knowledge about how the universe actually works if he came in the universe before there was anything here. And if he has the power to wipe out the universe whenever he wanted to, that means that Zeno, in theory, should have created the universe if he came before time itself. And Dragon Ball Super hasn't touched on this issue, but it makes you wonder if there was a Zeno before Zeno, or if there's some actual creation that came before Zeno, if he was the first thing actually here. And this brings me into my next question. Is Zeno the one who established the universal roles? And what I mean by universal roles is he the one who appointed people as Supreme Kai, God of Destruction, and Angel? Well, if you look at it from offhanded Dragon Ball material, the Supreme Kais are a little bit of a different case because they're the ones who are said to be born from Kaiju fruit. And the way that works is that Kais like King Kai or North Kaio, he would obviously be one of the members who would be born from a regular Kaiju fruit, but a Shinjin or a Supreme Kai would be born from a golden Kaiju fruit. And by looking at all of this, their conception is different in the series. But if Zeno was the one who organized all of these roles, then he clearly has to be more knowledgeable about the universes than we actually know. And it makes you wonder if the Grand Priest himself is the one who organized the way the universes are supposed to work. So, the next question is dealing with future Zeno. In Trunks' timeline, Goku Black managed to kill all of the Supreme Kais, which managed as a result to destroy all of the gods of destruction, which as a result caused all of the angels to cease to function. And if you think about it, with all of the gods of destruction and Supreme Kais dead, plus all of the angels ceasing to function, it's hard for me to believe that Zeno would have done absolutely nothing about it, especially with the Grand Priest, who is the father of all of these angels, who literally has knowledge about all of these universes, not doing a thing about it? And considering the fact that the Grand Priest has been shown on numerous occasions to communicate with Zeno very effectively, I'm pretty sure if the Grand Priest said, "Hey Zeno, I think we need to kill this Goku Black guy," considering that Zeno can instantly move from one part of the universe to the other, he could have easily have taken him out, which makes me think that the whole Goku Black thing doesn't make any sense, and is probably the biggest question Dragon Ball fans have. What did Zeno do while everybody was literally dying in the future? And if he didn't care, wouldn't the Grand Priest have at least tried to convince him to care? And last but not least, guys, this is a very subjective question, but is Zeno actually lonely? And this is a question that I brought up with Geekdom 101 in a Skype call many months ago as we were talking about Zeno's character and how he related so well with Goku. And if you think about it, Zeno is so powerful in the Dragon Ball series that all of the gods, all of the Kais, all of the angels look up to him and put him on such a high pedestal. And when you think about it from that perspective, because everybody is so scared of him and respects him so much, Zeno can't really interact with these people the same way he can with others. And that explains why when Zeno met Goku, they connected so well with each other, because Goku treated him like another person, and that's why Zeno wanted to be his friend. Now obviously Goku doesn't have time to just be friends with Zeno all day long, so that's why Goku managed to go to the future and grab the future Zeno, so now Zeno's best friend is literally himself. So yeah, is Zeno lonely? I think the answer is yes, because if you lived in a world where you were completely in charge of everything and everybody was terrified of you, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have anybody to really hang out with and actually be your friend. From the looks of it, it seems like the Grand Priest is definitely running things in the Dragon Ball Super universe, and Zeno is just this simple kid who happens to have all of this power that manages to scare people, but yet lacks knowledge about very basic things, and it's very hard to believe that with Grand Priest around that he's just finding these things out now recently. So those have been my questions about Zeno. Let me know what other questions you have about Zeno and some answers that you might have had to some of these open-ended questions themselves. So with everything else said, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, as I always say, to have a great day, guys.